Alright, so we're officially starting Unit 1. This is Connections to Algebra. So we'll probably get maybe halfway through Unit 1 or maybe just all of Unit 1 before you start the school year. But it'll be a really good base for you to go ahead and grasp some of the vocab and concepts when it comes to algebra. So our goal today is to be able to evaluate variable expressions. So what is a variable? A variable is a letter that represents an unknown number or a set of numbers. Majority of the time you're going to see X, Y, or Z. But A, B, any of them can be used, really. Any of them from the alphabet. Now, a variable expression. This is whenever you have a set of, like, a number and a variable and an operation happening. Expressions can have multiple things happening at once. So here's some examples of the expressions you could see. So an addition expression would be like a number plus a variable. There you go. That was pretty simple. A subtraction expression would have a number minus a variable, or even a variable minus a number. Now, multiplication can be written three ways. It can be written with a number right next to a variable, like this one, 8y. It can be written with a dot, like 8.y. That dot also means to multiply. Or they could both be written in parentheses, like this right here. This also means multiplication. Division also has multiple ways in which it can be written. It can be written as like 16 over b, like a fraction. This is another way a fraction can be written. Still means division. Or it can be written with a division sign, 16 divided by b. Now, why do you need to know these? Well, because that way you know exactly what you're evaluating. So to evaluate an expression, what you do is you plug in a number, also known as substituting in a number, for the variable. And they give you a value for the variable. So let's do an example of that. So, for all of these expressions, they want you to evaluate the variable expressions when y equals 2. So what this means is anywhere there is a y, we're going to plug in a 2. So let's do this first one. We have 5y. Now remember, when they're written right next to each other like that, that means multiplication. So this means we're going to do 5 times 2. Because remember, y is going to get substituted with 2. So then all we have to do is the actual math. Well, what is 5 times 2? 10. And there's your final answer. We just evaluated that variable expression. Let's look at another one. We have 10 over y. Now remember, when it's written like this, that means division. So we're going to say 10 over, and then we're substituting in 2 for y. So now we just have to do the division. So 10 divided by 2. That is 5. Okay, you just solved that variable expression. Now let's look at our next one. We have y plus 6. So wherever there's a y, we're going to substitute or plug in a 2. So we're going to say 2 plus 6. Well, now let's do the math. 2 plus 6 is 8. You just evaluated that expression. All right, and then our last example we're going to do, 14 minus y. Again, we're going to plug in 2 for y, so we have 14 minus 2. We're going to do the math, which is 12. So when you see your assignment that you have with this lesson, it will give you the expression, and then it will say when the variable equals the number. So it would say something along the lines of, let's say, it would say 11 plus k when k equals 3. So that means anywhere you would see k, you plug in 3. But it gives you each one of the variables and what they are going to be substituted with, okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to text me. I know this was a really short lesson today, which is always nice, right? So have a good rest of your day.